put you guys. Give me a countdown, don't just shock me.
All right.
Hi, thanks for being here. I'm Clare Cooley. This is the Creativity Show. Today we're going to share a
motion detected at backyard.
We probably have a squirrel at our back door that just set off our motion alarm. So here's Bodie and
hello everybody.
So today I'm going to share a very important moment in my artistic dream, life, career, making, all the challenges that happen with any of us believing in ourselves and what we want to do and share with the world. For me, it's all about creativity because it's so many beautiful, life-enhancing, healing properties. So I, at a young in my career, I shared my portfolio, and with the most successful art agent, art dealer in entire Northern California, and she called me and said, I haven't stayed up this late looking at art in so long. Your portfolio was so beautiful and deep, and she had so many kind, wonderful things to say. And as I came to pick up my portfolio, her assistant met me out front and said, basically, your prices are high. And they were so low, they were so humbled that the elderly Black women that lived in the building I moved into, the first white person to move into that building since it was built in San Francisco, in a very humble neighborhood, they bought my art because it was so reasonably priced. So I was devastated, and I went back to the van and I said, my mother, who was living with me at the time, my artist mother, I was so discouraged by this. And she said, well, that's why most artists quit. And I decided I wasn't going to quit. And this tool that came from that event that was so crushing, my chop, that is my symbol for my art, which we're going to demonstrate putting on my art now. And it came when an artisan friend I visited next said, just make it so good they can't say no, no matter what your price is. And I got this idea to make a chop, which, shall we get it closer to the camera? So I had somebody put it in this tool, but I actually cut the copper symbol that my artisan friend could set me up to do, because he's a master woodworker and is incredibly creatively resourceful and talented. So
I'll show an example right here.
yeah. So Bodhi's actually going to do this chop on this piece of art that is also, I think, a wonderful story. And this is the first time he's going to do it on a piece of my art, which I'm having him do till my arm almost 100% healed, but I'm not going to re-inflame it. So I'm going to let him do it. And
Show us the art.
Oh, show us how easy it is. This art, I came from such a challenging upbringing. I never had a birthday party, presents, even friends. We moved around a lot, and I liked being in nature and making stuff out of stuff I found, so that's what I did. So it never occurred to me until I had a family of my own, and my partner just somehow couldn't figure out how to get me a birthday present. So I did this for myself. And now it's my art birthday present to myself that Bodhi's going to put the chop on. So I'm going to let him show you how simple that can be. And I'm going to cut off, I'm going to put this down so I can demonstrate. I'm going to cut off the tape bottom where the watercolor paper was taped to the masonite board so that the chop can get to the right place on these paintings, and he's going to do them. So while you're doing the first one, I'm going to cut off the border. But before I sit down, did I?
No.
This is a sweatshirt that had stains on it, so I put these, what are they called? Dandelions coming out of the pocket, which I thought was really cute. So even really casual, this t-shirt with the warbler and pollinator can be art to wear. It doesn't have to be super fancy, even though I'm doing the fancy jewelry with it, because I get to have fun getting dressed. It's a creative expression, and I'm not worried about people judging me for being different, because if they're that kind of people, let them self-organize away from me, so I can have supportive, open, interesting, kind-hearted, nice people in my life. So there we go. You can show that happening while I cut off the border for the next one.
Okay. So yeah, all right. So what she just taught me is that the chop, the part that leaves the impression, is on the top of this, and it pushes down into a part that is inverted. So we've got a convex embossing tool on the top that sandwiches the paper and forces it down into a concaved piece. So there's copper on the top, and it's kind of like leather or something kind of soft on the bottom. Maybe it's rubber.
I think it is a very dense rubber.
So we put the paper in, this is another test, and then I squish it down. You can give it a lot of pressure or a little bit. And then you take it out and you flip it over, and that chop is now extruded out toward the viewer. So where we want it is to be in this bottom left corner of the painting, the drawing, and we've calculated where we want it, 1.5 inches from the side and 1.5 inches from the bottom. So we've got this template, and because we want it to be,
and we have the backing board on the floor, so we're not turning art over onto the floor without protection.
and because we want it to be here,
Yeah.
it's going to get flipped over.
Yeah.
Great.
And we decided that with this this chop, that my signature's on the right and the chop will be on the left in this series, and I'll probably keep it that way. But you know, one of the things I love about being an artist is we get to be flexible and change and do it our way, and no one else can do it our way. So so give that to the world. Give your unique style, sensibility, stories. So there you
Yep. All right.
yeah.
So I'm taking it slow because it's my first time doing it, and I don't want to mess
Yeah,
it up.
I like to show the first time person actually doing this, and I'm not doing it to challenge him, though it's good, it is a challenge, and to show that to you guys, but because I wanted my arm to heal and I didn't want to not do this, because this is a reasonable way, and it's good to have different experiences. Be open to what other people, you know, are comfortable with, and learn how.
So I feel like I should lift it up just a little bit so that it's. Oh.
Bless you. Bless you.
So because it's draping over there, and
I think it's okay. I
Okay.
think you can relax, take a deep breath, and do the best you can, and know that it's a birthday present to myself, and you're a birthing present to the world and to me. So you can't do it wrong.
okay, because this one's just plain paper. I'm not gonna push as hard because I don't want it to get all wrinkled. So we're gonna.
And
It's definitely there. It's light, but it's definitely there. Let's see if you like it.
let's show.
It's not as. It's not.
It's
as
extremely subtle and lovely.
Now, if I worked, if you really wanted, I could line it up and I could slowly close it and make sure it's lined
I
up.
would say that now with this next one, I want you to go deeper,
Yeah, I just.
more pressure, but that is very subtle on this pure white paper, so I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
And you know, did you show that all these tests you did to get familiar with the tool?
Yeah, I got familiar with the pressure, and what I learned is if I press harder than I did there, you can get kind of tears. This is different paper than the actual art paper we're using, but you can get weird wrinkles and kind of some of the layers of the paper might tear, and it doesn't look so good. And it's especially apparent when it's just plain paper. So I think these ones where there's paint and stuff, it's not going to be anywhere near as
It's
noticeable.
going to require, the thicker the paper, the thicker the mediums that on it. This had no medium, that's just paper where you did it, so it's soft and subtle. This has paint, this has layers of paint, so each piece of art could be slightly different, and I do it by partly the feel, get it really solid, and then give it just a little bit more.
Okay.
And that's a different point, you know.
Yeah, it is really hard to line it up and go a second time. It's kind of all
We're not
over
gonna do that, because I'm happy.
Okay. So,
And
can I bring these ones down too?
one at a time.
Okay. Where do you?
This one can go across the room on the floor.
Do you want me to put down a extra protector?
I think we're good. First of all, we don't do shoes in the house, so we're good.
Not out. Yes, outdoor shoes.
Well,
Right.
that's what I mean.
So this one has got tape on the side still, so I've got to adjust a little bit.
Yeah, you do. Thank you for thinking of that.
I'll zoom the camera in on what I'm doing this time.
Great.
So again, you want it in the bottom left corner, same as.
Correct. Cool. Nice. So the guide will mean that they'll be even in this series, which is always lovely. You want, the eye to go to where you want it to go, which is the art. And noticing the chop is for people who really take it in deeply. And that's cool.
Yeah.
Almost like a little surprise.
It's definitely there. It's definitely, it's right here. It's definitely there.
Can I see?
It's subtle.
It's dandy.
I could try going a little harder on the next one.
Sure. And the next one has less pigment. This has a lot. You're
Yeah.
gonna get to that last. But that's fine. So put that over there and do Cloud Child.
Okay. Yeah, it's just this little chef's kiss of extra detail, and it's something no one, it's in, what was I gonna say? It's inimitable, because it's a one-of-a-kind thing you made with your hand that you apply. It's like what they do with currency, counterfeit protection, and
Yeah.
inimitable and indelible. It is literally an indelible mark.
Yes, it's aesthetic authentication.
Yep.
It's too many syllables. Sorry, I said no.
I like it.
Okay. You like syllables more than I do. I like simple words. I think I'm gonna cut the sides off of this guy.
For such a monosyllabic communicator, I like to listen to
Fancy words.
syllabic, highfalutin. So this, just checking that there's no plumber's crack. No plumber's crack.
Oh, that's important.
Yep.
Yeah. Wardrobe malfunctions happen. They do.
Yep.
They can.
Yes, they do. Gotta be careful. So this chop, it can only, you can slide the paper into its jaws, so to speak, only a certain amount, and that perfectly aligns with how far we want to go, which is 1.5 inches. So I'll give them another close-up on the action.
Do it. Perfect. And I love learning new things and sharing them with others and learning from others and experiencing new techniques, tools, and this embossing, I think it's called debossing, but I'm not sure, speaking of syllables, tool is cool. And it can, I have one that has my 3 C's. Cool. And the symbol, besides the bird, is the 2 C's.
Yeah.
The outside of the bird and then around the head of the bird makes two C's, and birds are kind of the centerpiece of my work. I'll give you this one, and you give me one of those back, and I'm gonna keep cutting off the tape borders because boy, does that look better. And you know when you're making art, for me anyway, you want it to look good.
Mm-hmm. So you cut the side and the bottom off of this one.
I did.
Good.
I got it.
Great.
And
But that would be the side, the right side, not the left side. So I'm still going to accommodate that there's tape on this
Good.
side. Mm-hmm.
you know what you're doing. I'm very pleased you're thinking about it, and
Yeah,
I wouldn't begin.
gotta talk it out. So whenever I'm trying to do something measured and you kind of can't do it over, I tend to think out loud.
Well, it's a functional habit,
Yes.
and you should always work with people who can accept and appreciate how we work, how we learn.
Yep, and part of the reason I do that is so that I don't get distracted by other people thinking out loud. Not no criticism. But if I talk out loud, other people tend to quiet down.
Yes.
And because I can't necessarily think while other people are talking, but I can, since I'm saying my thoughts.
Then you can listen to that instead of them,
Yes.
whenever necessary. Good idea.
All right, and here we go.
Give it some pressure.
Yep, pressure, and you can kind of hear it activating a little bit. I don't know that I could go much further than that. I suppose
Well, then that's what you did, because
I mean, I probably could. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I sure see the shape. What do you think?
it's subtle and lovely. It's a
All right.
surprise. All right.
Yeah, it's
So-
not supposed to draw the eye from the art.
No, it's a hidden, a subtle, almost hidden,
And it's just when I
unique way my original art gets something besides my signature. I didn't mean it as a security that, but it does have that
Yeah.
benefit. So there's more art here, but I haven't cut off the bottom. So
It doesn't feel like it gets a whole lot better. It just kind of can mar the paper if I push too hard. I don't know. I haven't let myself loose on the original art yet.
don't.
I want to.
Okay. All right. Is there anything that needs to be addressed while I cut off the bottom?
Sure.
Any questions or
Let me check over here.
comments that need to be addressed, and I will continue, and then you can. Yes, I'm enjoying.
Sure. Oh yeah, you got another question. Are there any other methods you use other than the chalk to distinguish your original art?
The chalk, my signature, is it. And hopefully it's enough. And hopefully,
Well, we do certificates of authenticity and
yes, with any prints, well, we can send them out with, and originals have a certificate, and so do our prints, because
Yep.
they're numbered and signed, made here at the studio. So, I'm almost got the next one for you.
Sure. You got another question here.
Yeah.
Tamara, what's your favorite part of the process?
Of putting the chop on my art, my original art, the favorite part of the process was when I had the encouragement from my mother and the suggestion from my friend, master woodworker, artist in wood, who suggested just make it so good they can't say no. And I thought, what would be another step? And I got the idea for the chop, and he could set me up so I could draw it and cut it and copper and get it, put in a tool and use it. So my favorite part was transforming what hurt and disappointed me and was discouraging into fuel to keep going. That's my favorite part. And every time I use it, I have that feeling of this art dealer I goes unnamed because I don't feel nice about. I think it was, my prices were so reasonable, trying to get me to come down in them was insulting. And it was to see if they could control me, because a lot of artists, the dealers and art agents and gallery owners can, because artists can be desperate. So I'm not only don't want to come from desperation, I needed the money too. And I really thought I arrived at I was going to get some help marketing. What artist doesn't want that? So it was disappointing, and I turned it into making the work better and keep going. And I like to be reminded of that.
Yep. Yeah, well, I was struggling with some of that recently, just resentment about people treating me poorly and thinking about, like, how do I turn that into positivity? And you said use it as fuel. And so, yeah, I mean, even negative experiences can be inspiring. That's another way of saying it. If you use it as fuel, you inspire yourself to keep going.
What great story doesn't have difficult stuff in it, whether it's a book or a movie?
Yeah. We got two more. Yep. And right, so it's like art doesn't have to all be inspired by the beauty and tranquility of life. Sometimes it can be like, that person told me I couldn't do it, so I'm gonna do it just to prove them wrong. Like, that's fine for that to be the inspiration for the hour or the day or whatever. And then,
Yeah.
I prefer having mostly positive inspirations, like I want to reflect the beauty of the world, or I want this to be my love letter to this specific facet of humanity. But sometimes there is fuel in those negative feelings and those negative experiences, and if you turn it into fuel for your art, then how cool is that?
Well, then you're empowered instead of overpowered, which you said you said as a young boy, I'm just going to guess you were about 11 when you said, let your feelings empower you, not overpower you. I'm like, wow. Maybe you were older. I don't remember.
Yeah, I was probably in my 20s at that time. What, Jeff?
Okay.
Yep.
Well, yeah.
But I appreciate that. That's a compliment.
Yeah, and the truth is, in the fires of creativity, we can transform, and that's perfect conversation because my next piece in this series of painting my path goes from peace path to middle member mobile, where I felt like I was balancing the whole family, and I was. And then a dark, my first time being assaulted, but it's going to turn into beautiful art. Beautiful because it didn't break me. Beautiful because there were many people. Everybody goes through stuff, and it's sometimes the best we have to share is the hardest stuff we went through. But there's a lot of confusion, broken world rules. We're not supposed, especially women, aren't supposed to speak up. Women of any age, and we're just supposed to babysit the grandkids and be quiet and make food and clean up and stuff like that. But no, we all have, the longer we live, the more we should have to share. So the older we get, the more important it is that we speak up and be a different kind of person. We're all people, and who came up with women should be quiet and listen to men? I don't know, but hey, men are clearly in charge of the world. Sexism, we all, anybody that thinks about it sees that. There are small pockets where that is not true. And there's so much war and people without enough food or homes or purpose in life. So it isn't working, letting men be in charge. So women need to step up, support each other, to take our place and balance this aggressive, assertive energy and nurture the world and each other. And that's what my art is all about, nurturing myself and giving back a view of life that exalts nature and the cosmos and shows our connection to it and one another. That's the best I have to give. So that's why I do the creativity show and share the stories. Stories are how we bond, help each other, learn, teach, inspire, motivate. So share yours, and thank you for hearing mine and being here. So I think that's a wrap for today. And when we come back on Wednesday at noon, I'm going to be painting on these that will have their finishing them up and signing some. That's the next step. Okay.
Great.
Starting some, working on others, finishing others in the series. Okay.
Alrighty. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of that. That was fun.
Good. I'm glad you had a good time. Thanks for your help, and looks good.
Great. Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye. Thanks.